Hello and welcome to Cobra Chats, an FSDB podcast where students highlight projects on ECC skills, literacy, and leadership opportunities. Being able to identify one's interests is an important skill. For today's episode, we're going to start out with three young ladies who each wrote a poem about something that gives them joy.
Bookworm by Alina. You're knowledgeable and emotional. You look like a thick sandwich. You give me inspiration. Without you, I would be lonely. You feel hard and smooth. You are knowledgeable and emotional. You smell like a freshly new piece of opened parchment. You sound like the waves of the ocean. I need you because you give me a chance to be imaginative. When I'm with you, I'm creative. You cost $100. I wish it would never end. I dream of favorite characters. I hope to meet my favorite characters. I love you, my books.
Pop It by Jazmine West. You are the thing that entertains me. You look like so many things and go in so many colors. You give fun. Without you, I would be bored. You feel like rubber. You are the thing most children want or have. You smell like plastic. You sound like popcorn popping but with a deeper sound. I need you for times when I am bored. With you, I can fidget. You cost at least $5. I wish that I had millions of you. I dreamed that items were made out of you. I hope I will not get bored of you. I love you, my fidget poppet.
The World of Strawberries by Brooke Witherington. You are short and stubby. You look red and green with black seeds. You give refreshment on a hot, sunny day. Without you, I would be devastated. You feel cold and wet. You smell amazing. You sound crunchy and juicy. I need you to have a refreshing snack. With you, I can make foods and drinks. You cost about $4, but to me, you're priceless. I wish you were as big as an elephant. I dream about your delicious taste. I hope to pick you from a bush on a farm again. I love you, strawberries.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing your beautiful poems. I know there's many in our audience that also love books and fidgets and delicious strawberries. Our next entry is an interview centered on career education.
Hi, my name is Hadley, and I am about to interview my neighbor, Mrs. Gretchen, who's a real estate agent.
Hi, Hadley. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for having me over. What made or inspired you to become a real estate agent?
That's a great question. My husband and I had been investing in real estate, so we would buy a house that needed some work. He's a builder, so we would live in it a couple of years, renovate it, make it nice and pretty, and then put it on the market and sell it and put that money in the bank. So it was a great career, and we were hoping that we could do that for other people as well.
Cool. How long have you been doing this career?
Yeah, so I started 6 years ago when our second son was born, and my husband started 8 years ago when our first son was born, so 2 years before that.
Cool. What training or certification is required for your job?
You have to take an 80-hour course to get your initial real estate certification and pass a state test, and then you have continuing education that you have to do every 2 years. And then I have a staging certification as well.
Cool. What is a staging certification?
So staging is when, say a seller moves out of a house, they've already built a house or bought a new house, and they move into the new one first. It leaves the old one empty, And a lot of times if a house is empty, it's hard for people to see like how the rooms could be used or how furniture fits in the space or if there would be enough room for their furniture. So we do what's called staging, and that's where we go in and bring furniture, art, rugs, accessories, and basically decorate the house so it looks like someone lives there almost, and makes a house show in its best possible way. And then when they sell it, then we move that furniture out, and I have a warehouse where I store all of those things.
Cool. Did you have any other jobs before this?
So I was a teacher by trade, and then went into educational software sales. So that's where I learned about marketing and things like newsletters and customer relations management systems, and brought those over into real estate. And then my husband was a builder, which is super helpful because he can go into a house and tell people if it's well constructed or if it needs a renovation, how much it would cost to do those things. So together, those two past careers help us a lot.
Cool. And what grade did you teach?
I taught 7th grade my first year, and I was not cool enough to teach middle school. So after that, I taught 2nd and 1st grade.
Cool. What would you tell kids who want to be a real estate agent when they grow up?
It's a great career because everywhere you go, people want to talk about real estate. People like shopping for houses. And so, I can be at the soccer field and potentially learn about somebody who wants to buy or sell their home. So that part is great. And I also think it's one of those careers where you're doing something new every day. And you learn something new every day. It's fast-paced and interesting, and there's nothing else I'd rather do.
Cool. What's the most expensive house you have sold or bought?
So we helped some buyers buy a $5 million home in Ponte Vedra. And what was really cool about it is the people who were buying it wanted a bigger master closet. So the seller put in a new master closet before the buyers even got it. So we helped to manage that process, and it was very nerve-wracking because we sure hoped that those buyers liked that new closet on a house that expensive. But it was a really fun sale.
Cool. What do you enjoy most about being a real estate agent?
I personally love the before and after. So when somebody wants to sell their house, we come in and we help them figure out what needs to be done to make the house get the most money possible on the market. So sometimes we're doing landscaping, sometimes we're pressure washing, and of course sometimes we're staging. So the first time I visit a house, I usually take some photos, and then obviously when it goes on the market, we have the professional photos, and comparing the two and seeing the transformation is really satisfying.
Do you have any funny stories to share about your experience as a real estate agent?
Well, we have a few funny stories, but one of the funniest ones was after our buyer bought a house. We were going there to show it to them the first time and wish them well in their new house. And for some reason, the storm door latch and the door handle got stuck together, so you couldn't get the door open. So the buyer, we had to open a window, and the buyer had to hoist me up through the window, and I went in and went splaying out on the floor. It was not my most graceful moment, but I never thought that I would be climbing through windows in my job, but I have done it for sure.
Cool. Thank you for being a part of Cobra Chats podcast.
Thanks so much for interviewing me. It was great seeing you, Hadley.
Great seeing you.
This just in, it's book review time.
Hi, my name is Shanteria. I am in 6th grade, and I'll be doing a book review on Superteacher project by Korman. It is a realistic science fiction novel with humor. I like this book because Mr. Adak says pupils instead of people, and it is very funny. I will give this book a star rating, a 5 out of 5. Help you read the book Bye. Thank you.
Why did the musician get locked outside of his house?
Why did the musician get locked outside of his house?
Because he left his keys on the piano.
Hi, my name is Jason McDaniel, and today I'm going to be showing you the workout app on the Apple Watch. Why this is important is because so you can work out and you can track your heart rate, calories, and distance that you work out. So I'm going to go in my Apple Watch here, and I'm going to go to the dock because it's one of my recent apps, and I'm going to find workout.
Setting, voice map, now play, workout, heading.
And in here,
open water swim, Tai Chi.
there's some workouts that you can start.
Open, functional, rower, open goal.
And open goal, I'll show you what those do later.
Indoor run, cycle, open goal, button.
And these are just some examples. And if you go to the bottom, I think where it says add workout,
Cancel.
there's some additional ones.
Badminton, button, bar, basketball, cross training, kickboxing, mixed cardio, soccer, social dance, surfing, table tennis, traditional strength, cat A.
And then it'll after those it'll go in alphabetical order, and there's all these workouts for all different sports. If you do sports, you could there's a customized workout for this.
Bar, baseball, basket, bowling, boxing.
So there's boxing, basketball, baseball, bowling, climbing, all these workouts, but those are just some examples.
Add workout.
And so I'm going to go up to where it says outdoor walk. We're going to use that as an example.
Outdoor walk, open goal,
Hide activity type is when you just want it to show up in the additional workouts.
Pause button, dimmed button.
Change goal. So you could have it set to open. Calories. You could have it set to where, you burn, burn a certain amount of calories, and that'll be your goal. Distance. You will have it set a certain distance that'll be your goal, and you could go past that goal as well. Time. You could set a certain time to see how much you can walk, which is kind of like open, but you're just timed. And so now I'm going to start this workout.
Workout ready. Page 2 of 3. Page 1 of 3.
And so here's the first page. It'll say the name of the workout. Lock. This is really used for more water workouts. If you're swimming or something. You could start a new workout once you've done that one for a while. End your workout. Pause. So when to use pause? You will use pause when you're stopped for a certain amount of time, and you don't want it recording that time, and that's when you would pause your workout. And there's the first page. So that's the time of the workout. How many active calories?
104 BPM.
Your heart rate.
0 seconds per mile.
0 seconds per mile. That's just as you walk, it'll estimate that.
0 feet.
0 feet.
Page 2 of 3.
And the third page. 94%. This is where you can manage your music.
New recording 21.
Or what's playing at the time.
Volume. New iPhone.
And right now, since I'm doing the recording, it's just showing that from my watch. And so
pause. 0%.
You can pause,
Forward.
which is the music kind of pause.
List. More. List.
AirPlay
audio. Button.
AirPlay audio.
Page 3 of 3.
And
page 1 of 3.
so I'm going to end this workout.
Button. End. Summary. Heading.
And it'll give you a summary of your results after you end your workout.
Outdoor walk. Open goal. Total time. 0 hours. 1 minute. Total distance. 0 feet. AVG pace. MI. Active calories. 1 calorie. Total calories. 3 calories. AVG heart rate. 102 BPM. Range. 93113. Elevation. Up triangle 33 feet max. Down triangle 31 feet min. April 26, 2022. 3:19 p.m. 3:20 p.m. Done. Button. Done.
And you click done.
Heading.
And so,
Watch face. 3.
why I like the workout app? I like this app because you can do your workout and track and see what your results are after your workout. A con that I kind of have about this app though is that the last time I checked, there's no drumming workout, and I play in a drum line, and so it would be cool if there's a drumming workout. So I recommend if you guys have an Apple Watch, I recommend you really use this app, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thank you, Jason, for sharing how you use VoiceOver and your Apple Watch to track your workouts. Exercise is so much fun. And now for our final entry for your enjoyment. Doing a little bit of reconnaissance can make all the difference between feeling anxious with butterflies in your stomach versus feeling confident about what the future holds.
Class begins now.
The 5th grade class recently toured their future middle school classrooms. We'll discuss some of the important tips for our blind and visually impaired friends using the expanded core curriculum. We'll also have some special messages from their teachers. Let's dive in.
This tour of the blind middle school builds on the students' ECC skills. The expanded core curriculum, ECC, covers skills that require explicit instruction to support students who are visually impaired or blind to succeed. Here are a few examples of categories.
Orientation and mobility. Learning to navigate the new school environment is vital for building confidence and independence. Students will practice routes to the cafeteria, the classrooms, and the gym. Our wonderful O&M staff work closely with the students as they begin their adventures in middle school, ensuring early success.
Independent living skills. Organizing school materials and managing time is an important skill to cultivate. Since students will be storing items in their locker and changing classrooms for each class, they will get plenty of practice mastering organizational skills. Techniques and suggestions for efficiency are offered as needed. Each locker is labeled with a customized name tag. Name tags are in large print and braille for ease of use for all students.
Technology skills. Students will have a case for their computer and learn to travel safely while being responsible for their various assigned technology. One technique is for the student to wear the computer strapped diagonally across their body. By doing this, it frees up their hands to use their cane, read the braille indicator for room numbers, and carry any books or binders needed for the next class.
We had originally planned for you to hear some of the reactions of our 5th grade students who got to have the tour, but unfortunately and fortunately, they had their graduation ceremony and are now off for summer vacation. But we do have some special messages from their teachers.
Hi, this is Michelle Docio, Instructional Assistant for the 5th grade Blind Elementary class of 2025. Students, I want to say congratulations and well done. You did it. I am so very proud of every milestone that you hit this year, and I'm really excited to see what your futures will hold. I know that with the help of everyone here who loves you and supports you, that the sky's the limit. I am very, very honored to be a part of your lives, and I just think you're awesome. I will miss you so, so, so much this summer, but school's just around the corner. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful break. Bye.
Hi, this is Miss Tate. Congratulations to the new 6th graders. I feel so lucky to have had the privilege to teach you and to get to know each and every one of you. And as much as I'm going to miss you, I'm so excited to see what this next chapter brings for you. I'm wishing you all the best of luck in middle school. You're going to do great things. I know it.
Hey guys, it's Miss Kia. I just want to wish you all the best as you embark on your journey to middle school. It's gonna be a stacked year. You may have, biscuits moments, but remember, we can do hard things because practice makes better and progress. I love you all. Bye!
For all the students out there, remember, school is fun and a new adventure each year. And we know that you're going to do great.
Time to change classes.
And that's it for episode 7 of Cobra Chats, an FSDB podcast. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, you can do more, be more, achieve more with FSDB.